So, if it wasn't obvious already, I obviously like making fun of idiots. Um, Idiots who think they're correct. It's fine to be conservative. I'm not calling like every conservative incorrect. I know some of it does have to do with beliefs. Um, and I think even if you're an atheist and you try to, oh my God, I'm getting so off topic here. All I wanted to do was react to one video. But I know if you're a conservative, or I'm sorry, an atheist, you tend to like try to look everything through an objective lens of science and reason, right? And and you try to build up morals, and you kind of like for a moment, like if you've, it's not like if you were born into an atheist family. I'm talking about when you are born into a religion and you're not like too deep into it, and you start to question things and you become an atheist. Then you start to question morality and the rules of the world. I think we all go through that phase. And yeah, I mean, some people are just ignorant, some people genuinely believe and add some reasoning to it, and some people just have no emotion behind the reasoning. And I'm telling you, like, facts over feelings is kind of bullshit. Um, Feelings are important, and they make up, like, if we're going to talk about suicide. We can't just be like facts, 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 facts. The fact is people are feeling depressed, and the United States and its state governments aren't doing enough because they don't take people's feelings into account. And I think the further conservative we go, and the further we push the narrative of facts over feelings, people are just gonna feel worse. Anyways, that was a bit of a rant, and it was kind of off topic to what I was trying to prove here, but here we are. We're on this Instagram page by Top Herdo, no, Top Her Town Music, whatever. I have a friend who's a conservative. Well, not friend. I don't really like talk to him, but we do debate sometimes. And yeah, so he is excited for this guy who's excited for a video. Apparently, in Mississippi, they are taking down their mask mandate. Um, and today, actually, the state of Washington and our governor Jay Inslee was talking about rewarding us for doing so good, and like how COVID numbers are going down. Like, all right, sure, yeah, I get it. Like, ease up on certain things, but I don't trust American society. Like, we have so many people who don't wear masks. Like, I feel like the numbers are just going to go up again. Like, if this was like Japanese society, where it's more um normalized to wear a mask, then yeah, sure, I would say, yeah, open up this part of the economy, that part of the economy, and yeah, I think we'll be safe, and then we'll just like be really controlled about it. The United States does not know what the hell it's doing, and I think this video is going to be a fine example of that.
Becomes the first state to lift the mask mandates as COVID cases falls, baby. Mississippi statewide mask mandate has been in place since August 4th. Governor Tate Reeves, a Republican, has chosen to extend the mandate several times since then. However, on Wednesday, he said the declining number of confirmed virus cases and hospitalizations are positive developments that call for the lifting of some restrictions. The new executive order ended the statewide mask mandate effective Wednesday at 5 p.m. and expiring November 11 after the presidential election. Also limit group gatherings where social distancing is now possible to 20 people indoors and 100 people outdoors. These restrictions do not apply to voting precincts, religious entities, and schools. Yeah, buddy. Now, according to the Mississippi State Department of Health, 823,185 COVID-19 tests have been performed statewide. Mississippi currently has 98,886 COVID positive cases and 2,979 deaths. Governor Reeves also want to make it clear that he does believe the masks work. Guess I can finally free the beard, huh? What's up?
Yeah, so that was pretty much his stupidly dumb point. um all the positives for those COVID death cases, and for some reason he thinks that opening up the state of Mississippi would be a good idea. It is clearly not, and right now I'm in huge disagreement with Jay Inslee's point. I mean, sure, but I think he's gone a bit too far with it. And this is just going to be another example of that. Um, uh, he pointed out so many numbers there, and I don't even think they worked in his case. They're also talking about opening up schools in Mississippi, in like, okay, and children, yeah, okay, so children have a less likely chance to spread it. They're more not immune to the virus, but they're more resilient, let's say. Did they forget that the school has to be run by teachers and principals and lunch ladies and janitors and pretty much all of that? Like, did they forget like there's old people in school as well? And this just comes to like prove the point that it's not the left who politicized COVID. It was clearly the right, because the right is going to go immediately to, they're taking away my freedom. They're taking away my ability to smile. Like, I've heard that, and I think Dave Rubin said that, and it was kind of stupid, but whatever. Oh god, that voice crack. um, but yeah, like they're like, oh yeah, this takes away my freedom, so I'm gonna not wear it. Well, okay, you have the right to not wear it. Can you please be a genuine and nice person and wear it? That's why we need the mask mandate, right? Like, we wouldn't be here in the first place if people, like, they wouldn't be fighting for their quote unquote freedom if they just wore masks in the first place. Like, honestly, so many people would have so much more freedom right now if we just wore masks, all of us, as a united front. Um, so that way we can just like enjoy life better. Like, the economy would free up more. Like, oh god, it's so stupid. And this guy is probably gonna, I don't know. I bet, actually I won't assume anything of this guy, but a lot of Republicans are probably gonna assume that, Trump um getting better somehow from COVID um proves that COVID is a hoax. That's what they're gonna say. That's what they're gonna say. Obviously, we've seen Trump. We saw that video of him outside on the balcony where he was struggling to breathe. Struggling to breathe. His oxygen levels, what, they dropped like twice. So no, he's not okay. But then they're like the right, they're gonna just go to the left and say, you guys don't care about facts. Look at the president's fine. Well, we could just like snap back and say, hey, don't you care about facts? Look at this. His oxygen levels dropped twice, and we see him like kind of wincing on the balcony, and it looks like he's struggling to breathe. And it's all in the name of owning the libs. That's what it is. And it's sad. But like, these conservatives, all they care about is like, this is one thing that pisses me off. As long as it's possible, as long as it's done once, then that is the standard for everyone. And it's fucking ridiculous. Um, like, you can see like the same argument, like for, I guess, like, I don't know, like Black America. Let's use that. Like, some people are like, well, they just need to work harder. Okay, well, they need to work harder than what? The rich and white schools? The rich white kid in the private school? So the poor black kid in the poor neighborhood in the poorly funded school has to try a lot harder to make it to the same college as a rich and white kid in a very well funded private school. And then let's say that black kid succeeds. Every conservative is gonna point to that kid, and they're gonna be like, "You see, it's possible. It's possible. As long as you're, then you're not acting like thugs. We're not saying all black people are thugs, but like whatever you are. I mean, we're not saying that. But let's just admit it. Black America's in trouble, and it's because you guys are maybe just thugs. I don't know. And then like the rich white kids are just gonna be like very well educated, comes from a great family. Like I don't care what family you come from. I care about what neighborhood you come from and how much effort you put into your work. I know kids tend to uh, like mimic or imitate their environment, and once they get out of that struggle, I applaud them. But I want to, but if that is what's happening on average, if we're talking about stickiness on the end, where if you're born rich, you're more likely to die rich, and if you're born poor, you're more likely to die poor, then we have to change some averages here. It's simple as that. Like just averages have to change. And yeah, so that's just that point. I feel like I've talked about that several times. But yeah, like obviously I feel like they're gonna make that same point with Trump. Like they're gonna be like, oh yeah, he's all great right now. He's fantastic. And they're gonna be like, what? Well, the rest of the positive COVID cases just weren't strong enough. They should have tried harder. They should have worked harder. And that's the kind of BS we're gonna be fed into at the end of the day. That's what we're stuck with.